What is going on, everybody? David here from Bluckers Videos and Toys, and today we are going to be taking a look at the Jurassic World Chaos Theory Danger Pack, which is part of the Epic Evolution line. And we will be looking at the Guanlong versus the Lystrosaurus, the baby Apatosaurus, and the Gallimimus. Now, I know the Gallimimus was featured in the Chaos Theory animation show, but we have yet to see the baby Apatosaurus or the Lystrosaurus and the Guanlong. And I hope I'm pronouncing that right, because I don't know if I am or not. But brand new figures for the line, especially with the new species of Guanlong. And we've already gotten a Lystrosaurus that came in the Maisie 3-pack, should I say, with the Beta and Maisie and the Lystrosaurus. That is like the 3-pack that came out for the Jurassic World Dominion line. We've never had the baby Apatosaurus yet, and this is, I believe, is going to be a new sculpt in size for the Gallimimus. So that's the only reason why I picked that one up, because it's a little different. And back here, we'll just take a look at this, and we also get the Velociraptor, but I've already gotten that one, and that was from the previous line that we had, the Dino Trackers line, I believe, and it's the repack of it. So I've already went over that. So the other ones are pretty much brand new, either new species or a new sculpt. So with that being said, this is the Jurassic World Chaos Theory packaging, which is part of the like I said, the Epic Evolution line. So these two belong in the mountain biomes. The baby Apatosaurus belongs, or they classified it in the swamp biome, and then the Gallimimus, it looks like the savanna biome or desert biome, however you want to look at it. Probably more like the savanna biome. Let me know in the comments below what you think, what biome that is. And yeah, so let's go ahead and take these out and take a closer look at them. Alright, so here is a look at the Guanlong and the Lystrosaurus. So, like I said, this is basically a repack of the Jurassic World Dominion Lystrosaurus that came with Beta and Maisie. And the Guanlong is a brand new species, and this is a first in my collection. So, we're going to go ahead and move this out the way and just take a look at this. And like I said, this is pretty much a repack from the Dominion line. And let's go ahead, if you need that, there it is. So when I did the review of the Maisie story pack with this and Beta, it's pretty much the same. It's just a brown, molded in a brown plastic, but a little bit darker brown here on the back and on the crest and on the back of the neck. And the head sculpt and the face looks really good. So only that part right there on the eye is a little wonky, but and as that as well. So both eyes are a little wonky. So, but I'm glad that they was able to paint the beak and the tusks. So not much else to say, really. The only articulation it really has is in the neck. So it's on a ball and hinge where you can look up and down. So, and then of course the legs move forward and backwards, but not much. Mine are a little stiff. So then forwards and backwards. And so, as far as comparisons go, let's go ahead and bring out the one that came with the Dominion line. And pretty much essentially the same. The only thing that's different is the eyes are a lot better on this one. So they're actually looking forward and not all wonky like this one is. But hey, you can never have too many Lystosauruses in your collection. So it's like a little herd, only 2 of them. So it's pretty much all I need. So so that's about it. So nothing's really changed. You know, pretty much the same mold and everything. So And that's that. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Guanlong. Alright, I think this is a very well done figure. I know it looks a little plain on the body, but it works out very well. I think the head and everything, I know this is all separate pieces and stuff. Especially right there, you could tell that this head and the beak, or not the beak, but the lower jaw, is a separate piece because of the plastic coloration. You could tell. So it's basically dipped in this gray plastic with white legs with no paint on the claws, which is normal. And then you got the white highlight here on the side of the belly. And I do like the texture that they gave it. You know, got the small feathering texturing right there, along with the texturing of the feathers along the whole body and on the tail. And they gave it a nice long tail, you know. And here is the fax app code if y'all need that. So hopefully I'll be able to scan that. And also on the hands look really good, but no paint on that. But you can tell it got a little bit of yellow paint right there, that mustard, or that what do you call it, mustard yellow right there. And like I said, the head sculpt is really good, and it's a different color plastic that they use. They use that color plastic for the mustard yellow, the honey mustard yellow plastic. And the eyes are really good. The eyes are on point as far as the teeth goes. No cavities. So I like that a lot. So they did a real good job with the head. And I like the little crest that they got right there. And I like how they added the paint on the side of the jaw and on the crest. The yellow eyes of the dot for the pupil. So as far as articulation goes, of course, you know, you got the jaw articulation, and then you got the arms up and down, legs back and forth, and then, you know, the tail 360. But yeah, that's about it. It's a very simple figure, small, which should be. Let's do a size comparison real quick. And we bring out a human figure. Might be accurate, if anything, should be a little smaller. So it looks about right there. Should be a little bit smaller. And then we'll just move him aside, and then we'll bring out another relative of the Guanlong. It's, you know, they are related to the Tyrannosaurus Rex. They're part of the Tyrannosauridae family. And here is the Alioramus, which is another relative of the Tyrannosauridae family. So that looks really good. I'm glad that they went a smaller size for this instead of making it huge like that. And it shouldn't be at all. So really happy about that. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Next up is the baby Apatosaurus, which I'm very happy to have, because you can never have enough baby dinosaurs in your collection. So let's go ahead and crack this thing out and take a closer look at it. Alright, so right away, I'm going to be honest, this is probably my favorite baby dinosaur that we've gotten so far. It's small in stature, and plus, you know, it packs a lot of punch. But what I mean is because even though the Apatosaurus is very large, the baby actually has a ton of detail, especially paint. Now, it's a shame that they cut the paint off here. They could have just at least continued it a little bit down. But, looks very good. I love the way that they kept the paint scheme as, you know, well as they did, kind of like the large legacy collection of Apatosaurus that we got. Now the only thing that's different is that they got paint stoppage right there. I don't know if that's on all of them, but I know on mine that's the way it is. I don't know if that's how it's supposed to be looking. So if any of y'all who's watching this that has this, let me know if your baby Apatosaurus neck at the bottom is missing, or it just has a line like that, you know. So tons of detail, muscle structure here on the legs. So I mean, it's like a baby elephant, you know, kind of small and fat, but muscular at the same time. So you got a muscular fat body. So like I said, lots of details in the legs, the front and back. Get the fat rolls right there a little bit. Here on the sides, here on the stomach, the rib cage. So that's what I mean by packs a punch, because it's got a ton of detail. So, and like I said, as far as paint goes, it's dipped in this, molded out of this gray plastic, but it's got the highlights here all across along the body. Should have just went down a little bit right there, but you know how they be. So this is a separate piece. The legs are separate. Neck is separate as well. So got the creamy underbelly right there, but it's like missing some paint there. I might pick up another one, you know, just to have, because I like to have at least about 2 babies, you know, per species when they put them out. We know about the neck. It's got that creamy underbelly right there underneath the neck, and then you got the highlights, the striping here along the neck too. And then as far as the head goes, it's very simple. You know, just a black eye on both sides, so you can't really mess that up at all. So really like that a lot. And so it's way of articulation. Not much going on. The tail goes 360. Let's go ahead and do the scan code while we're at it. So hopefully people can get that. The legs go forwards and backwards. Forwards and backwards. And then the neck is on a hinge, so it just goes ups and down. And then of course the jaw opens up. So very cool. This is my favorite baby dinosaur that they produce by far, hands down. Alright, so let's go ahead and do some comparisons. We'll go ahead and bring out a human figure. So I think that's about right. Maybe it should be a little bit bigger, but when it comes to humans, I think that's about right. Then we'll move him out the way, and then we'll bring in the baby Brachiosaurus. This one's from the Camp Cretaceous line. Well, I don't think this specific one was. I think this was from the Dominion line, and then they had one that was a different color for Camp Cretaceous line. So that looks good right there. And for one more comparison, I'll bring out, can't even remember his name, from the Good Dinosaur, who's also a Apatosaurus. There, let me try to get this to stand properly. There we go. So, I want to say it's Arlo from the Good Dinosaur. So we'll just switch these guys out real quick. So you got Arlo, and then you got the baby Apatosaur, you know, and then the baby Brachiosaurus. So I think this looked great. A good plate compatibility for different universes. So, Alright, so let's go ahead and move on to the last one. And last but not least, we got the Gallimimus. Alright, so I must say that this Gallimimus looks a little bit bigger than what we're used to getting, because the other ones usually typically have like some kind of action gimmick. And I think the only time that we really got a galley that wasn't or didn't have an action gimmick is probably from the Fallen Kingdom line for their first attack packs. So now, since they renamed them Danger Packs now for whatever reason, I don't know why. But mine's a little warped in the feet because it can't really, well, it can stand, but you could tell, you know, this one's off the ground a little bit, so it's going to wobble. So for some reason this one's warped. I hope others aren't warped like mine, but we'll manage. So this is the Gallimimus from the Chaos Theory. And I do like the coloration. You know, it's got the honey mustard molded plastic, and it's got the brown striping along the neck and on the back, which they did well just cutting it off here instead of trying to cut it off here and then just blend. So let's go ahead and do the scan code. There it is. You'll be able to get that. But I really do like this because I think it's a little bit larger. And I do like the coloration of the crest and the head. So it's got the orangish reddish striping on the back of the head and along the face. So, and then the eyes are a little different. You can tell that one's a little off-centered with the black pupil. That one's fine. It's supposed to be way it's supposed to look. But as far as details go, it's a lot more detailed than the others that we've gotten. A little bit more finer details, especially in the legs and then on the rib cage and the belly size, and then get the muscular arms. Then at the bottom we got that creamy underbelly and underneath the neck. So that's pretty much it as far as that goes. And then as far as articulation goes, you get the tail swivel, and then got the legs up and down, forwards and backwards, and then the arms forwards and backwards, and then the neck is on a hinge, so that's about as far as it's going to go. It's going to look up like that, and then it's got the hinge at the jaw, and yes, they added teeth, but the cool thing is it's not as noticeable, so it looks like it's more so it has a beak like it's supposed to, but it still has teeth that are very well hidden, so it's not as noticeable as others that we've gotten in the past where you can see the teeth. But other than that, sideways you can't tell the difference, but when you're looking forward you can tell, you can see the teeth. So, but other than that, that's about it, you know. Let's see if we can't stand them up and do a little bit of comparisons. Yeah. Let's hope it doesn't fall. Alright. Let's go ahead and bring out our human. So, Galleys is supposed to be a little bit bigger. This is kind of like a smaller version, so it should be a little bit tad bigger than the humans. And then let's bring out the Gallimimus that we got for the Camp Cretaceous line, the green one with the brown striping. So it is a bit bigger. So let's go ahead and move the human out the way. So as you can tell, this Gallimimus is a lot smaller. It's a lot bigger. This one's a little bit more wider because of the action feature. But, you know, feet are bigger than this. It's a bit smaller. And then This one's a little bit more proportion than what it's supposed to be. So you can tell that it's way bigger than what it's supposed to be. So I'm glad that they did an upgrade on the size too. So makes it looks a lot better. Like it's more better designed than the previous ones that we've gotten. So happy about that. And that is a look at the Jurassic World Chaos Theory danger packs of the Gallimimus, the baby Apatosaurus, and with the Lystrosaurus versus the Guanlong. So I'm very happy with these. The only exception to the downside is the warped feet on the Gallimimus, but you know, it's an easy fix. You know, you just either get a new one or that doesn't have warped feet. I don't know if all of them are like that. I just know mine does. So I mean, I'm able to work with it to get it to stand. So, and then they added new species of the Guanlong and the baby Apatosaurus. So that is pretty amazing. So I do want to do one more size comparison before we wrap this up. Here we have the for one last final size comparison. We have the adult Apatosaurus along with its baby. So you can tell how large this thing is compared to the baby. So I do like the scaling. So like I said, I would like to add at least one more baby Apatosaurus, you know. All right. There it is. There's the adult with its baby. So great size comparison. So I hope you all enjoyed this video as much as I did filming it. Let me know in the comments below which one's your favorite out of the 4. If you like the 2-pack or you just like the individual release of the Apatosaurus or the Galley. Like I said, my favorite of the bunch and overall is probably the baby Apatosaurus. I think it's the best one as far as the design and details and all that stuff goes. I think it's incredible. So looking forward to try to add at least one more to the bunch. All right, and don't forget, words of wisdom: buy what you love and not what you like, because if you buy what you like, you always end up getting rid of it. And I will catch y'all later.